Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I will be bringing you guys another Washington football team 2021 NFL mock draft. And this one is going to be interesting because we are no longer projected to be drafting in the top 10. Now, after winning 4 straight, we are at the top of the NFC East and currently projected to draft at 19. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end to see what we do. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video, and remember to check out House of Hoodies. So Washington is in a very interesting situation here because if they continue to win and they win the division, they're going to be drafting at 19 or later. But the problem is they do need a franchise quarterback, and this year is a pretty good, quarterback class. The problem is, are you going to be able to get your guy at 19? Probably not. So that begs the question, do they either trade up or do they stay put and, draft someone else besides a quarterback? So in this mock draft, we are not going to trade up. We're just going to take the best player available. And since I did a quarterback draft last time, we're going to take a positional player, but next draft, we will do a quarterback. But right here, the best player available is seschmith, who is a great wide receiver out of Alabama. I mean, there's so many good receivers available this year in the draft. Jamar Chase, you got Jalen Waddle, Bateman from Minnesota, and seschmith, all very, very good receivers. And, you could argue, honestly, a lot of them to be the best receiver in the class. And we have him right here at 15. And wide receiver, besides Terry, that position, is in question. We have a lot of guys that have potential, AGG, Kelvin Harmon, but we really haven't seen them, step up. And if we are, planning on getting a quarterback later in the draft, or even if it's for Alex Smith, we want to help out our quarterbacks. So, seschmith here is going to be the pick for me. There is another linebacker that I really like, but he was not available when I was drafting. So that's the other position I would look for in the first round if it was not for a quarterback. So let's look at seschmith's stats at Alabama. 83 catches, 1,300 yards, and 15 touchdowns this year, and the year is not even over. He's had an absolutely amazing year. He's a really good deep threat, very quick, great route runner, and he's got some hands too. I mean, he had a very good one-handed catch in the back of the end zone this year, and he also returned a punt for a touchdown this year as well. So he's a very good player, and him and Terry in the same wide receiving core would be absolutely insane. I mean, Terry is already no doubt a number 1 receiver, but you would have kind of the same situation as Atlanta does, where they have 2 number 1 receivers in Calvin Ridley and in Julio Jones, and they would be able to do the same thing here. So I'm excited. I want to probably draft a receiver, because especially if we don't get anyone in free agency, because we desperately need a second receiver to step up besides Terry McLaurin. Cam Sims is solid, but I don't know if he's able to consistently get 600 plus yards in a season, and seschmith might be the best receiver in this draft class. Okay, and now on to the second round. And again, I would try to trade up for a quarterback, go up a little bit more in the first round if I were to go after someone like Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. But again, I'm not doing a trade up in this video. So now in the second round, I really want to go defense here, just because most of the best players available right now are defense. I would rather go linebacker than cornerback, but there's not really any great linebackers here, and we still, our cornerback play has been good this year, but we still could use some help at that position. Kendall Fuller has been solid, and he's locked here for a few more years. Ronald Darby's a free agent, so I think we're going to try to re-sign him, but if we don't, we're going to need to, have someone else in, and Paulson Adebo from Stanford is really solid at that cornerback position. If you look at his stats this year, in I think about 5-ish games, he has 33 tackles, 10 pass deflections, 4 interceptions. He's an absolute beast. And like I said, we could use a cornerback, another great cornerback to add to our team. I think a linebacker is a bigger priority, but cornerback could also help, and its depth is also never bad. So Paulson Adebo from Stanford is my pick here. You could also go tackle, but that's where I went with this pick. So now with our third round pick, and we do have 2 third-round picks because of the Trent Williams trade we did with the 49ers, and that pick is actually higher than our pick, so we're picking at 76 overall in draft. And we got some good options here. We have an offensive tackle, actually 2 offensive tackles, and I do like Jackson Carman from Clemson. He's about 6'3", 6'5", 335 pounds, and we could use tackle help. It depends on what we do in free agency, because Sadiq Charles can really play left tackle or left guard. Schweitzer can play both guard positions. We'll see about Roulier and Sheriff, though. That's going to be the big key if we re-sign those two. And if we don't, then Sadiq's probably going to have to play left guard. Schweitzer at right guard, and then maybe Jackson Carman at right or left tackle. And we could use that, especially if we do draft a quarterback, like I said, or if we sign one in free agency. Really, that's the biggest question mark, but I think that would help us out a lot. A good, solid tackle, and he's one of the better ones in the draft. Let me know if you guys what you like about Jackson Carman. So with our last pick in the third round, I really want to go linebacker here, because I think we need to add another linebacker this year in the draft. Maybe you could say free agency, but I rather develop a younger guy, especially since our defense is very young right now, so it's the best time to add a lot of these other younger players. So I like Marilyn Robertson out of Arizona State. Really, really good tackler, physical. This year, they haven't played many games, but he's had 20 tackles, an interception, and last year in a full season had 3 forced fumbles, an interception, and 6'3", 250 pounds. He's a junior. I think it would be a good fit. Again, I want us to go after these positions that we do need to improve at, especially linebacker on defense. Cornerback, the reason I drafted cornerback is just because that was the best player available, and I think he's going to be a very good fit on this team. And then Devontae Smith might be one of the steals of the draft if we can get him at 19. And again, the biggest question mark is quarterback, and my stance on the quarterback situation, I would like to draft a quarterback this year in the first, maybe even second round, but I want to make sure Kyle and Ron get their guy. And if that means trading up to, the 9th pick to get Zach Wilson or Trey Lance, then so be it. Because if you get your franchise quarterback, it really does not matter what you give up to get him, because it really is going to be worth it. So that's just my stance on it. But we did get some solid players. We got a tackle, a cornerback, and one of the best receivers in the draft, and also a linebacker to help solidify our already great defense. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. And peace.